So we're into about the first few days, almost a week now of Wuthering Waves. And there has been a little bit of controversy going on between Hoyoverse employees and Wuthering Waves and Kuro games in general. Now, if you don't know, Wuthering Waves is a new gacha game that's come out. I don't know if I have to explain this because I talk about this a lot on my channel, but they've been doing great recently. We've gotten a ton of new rewards and stuff. The game didn't have the best of starts. It had a lot of glitches and it was lagging quite a lot for a lot of people that were playing the game. I mean, it didn't happen to everyone. I only experienced a little bit of it and I think it's pretty much all fixed now. I mean, some people are still experiencing issues, but that might be due to, you know, their PC or due to some kind of software that they're using. But mostly Kuro games have fixed this issue and also given us a reward of like 20 free pools and also a free 5-star selector, which I did go into and talk about in my last video. But we're not here to talk about all the rewards and stuff Wuthering Waves is giving out. We're here to talk about something that popped up in the community and is on the official Wuthering Waves subreddit. And if you read the title here, it says, seems like Hoyo employees are really enjoying Wuthering Waves. Now, if you don't know, there's been big talk about Hoyoverse creators. And pretty much what the whole talk was about was Hoyoverse pretty much silencing their, you know, creators into not talking about Wuthering Waves because obviously this is a competing game and they don't really want to give it as much traction because it could overtake Genshin. So many people were speculating that the main creators of Genshin Impact and Honkai styles such as, you know, Wanto, Ziox, Dish, all those kind of people, you know who I mean, the ones that were mainly prominent in the Genshin Impact scene. Everyone kind of speculated that maybe they had some kind of deal with Hoyoverse not to talk about Wuthering Waves because, you know, they wanted to keep their, you know, money and whatever, or their deals with Hoyoverse and Genshin Impact. And pretty much all of these creators, the only one I could actually find was Ziox's. Literally while I was recording this, I just paused it and took a look through, you know, both Ziox, Toronto and Dish's Twitter to find the original post because they did make a post at some point saying that they were going to be playing Wuthering Waves, but I can't find it anywhere. Now, I don't know if that's just me not being able to, you know, find it or if it's been deleted, which is a little bit weird. I mean, you know, why would you delete something like that? It's just a tweet. But again, very, very weird. But I have found Ziox's here, which says, since everyone keeps asking me, yes, I will be playing Wuthering Waves on release, and yes, I will be meaning Gia. So these are the kind of posts that came out. And the thing is, they all kind of came out at the same time, which was a little bit weird because it seemed kind of like Hoyoverse told them to do that. Now, you know, I'm just speculating here and like this isn't, you know, confirmed or anything. But, you know, these tweets came out at a similar time. I'd say more towards Toronto and Dish and also a couple other creators that were there. They had more similar kind of tweets and it was a little bit weird how it was like formed and how it came out at like pretty much a similar time, you know, within about an hour. But yeah, many people were speculating whether these creators were going to play Wuthering Waves, and it seems like they have been. I mean, checking up on all their accounts and stuff, you know, they have been playing. There's been, you know, a bit of Genshin stuff because the update came out, but they've been talking about Wuthering Waves quite freely, which is quite nice. And it seems like, you know, Genshin and Hoyo have really, you know, allowed them to do this. Now, I don't know if they were restricting them in the first place. Maybe they were just like waiting for confirmation or something, which is totally fine. And yeah, I mean, it seems like they're all playing Wuthering Waves now and talking about it freely, so it is fine overall. But this post here was the funny thing because, you know, people were talking about, oh, creators, you know, they're being silenced on whether they can play Wuthering Waves, etc. And now we've got the actual employees of Mihoyo or Hoyoverse playing this game with this one picture here of a Hoyoverse staff, I'm guessing, inside of the Mihoyo studios loading up Wuthering Waves on their phone, which is actually super funny because, you know, they've been so scared of this game from like all their creators. Their staff are playing it, and I think it'll let you know their staff know that the game is a good game and the game will succeed more than likely, and that it could be a competitor to Genshin because they're playing it. I'm sure that a lot of the people at Mihoyo, you know, love gacha games because that's why they're there in the first place. They love, you know, designing these characters, you know, making the world or whatever. So I'm sure they'll be interested in a game like Wuthering Waves, which is kind of like changing up, you know, what's in a gacha game and kind of, you know, making their own kind of style on it so that they can A, learn from it and B, just enjoy it, because I'm sure a lot of them there enjoy gacha games. I mean, you know, it's a gacha game company. And then we've got another post here, which is a live stream. This is a Bilibili live stream, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty certain this streamer here is a Hoyoverse employee. And they're just live streaming them playing Wuthering Waves. Which again, I mean, all of this is totally fine. Unless Hoyoverse actually told them, hey, you're not allowed to play this or advertise it to anyone because you're Hoyo staff, then, you know, they're not doing anything wrong. Because as far as I know, they haven't been told anything. And if they're openly streaming it like this, I'm pretty sure they haven't been told anything either. Because I would be way too scared to stream something like this, especially to Hoyoverse, who have been known to sue for like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars especially whenever it comes to stuff like this. I've got this last post on Weibo. I'm pretty sure this is another Hoyoverse employee, and they're, yeah, talking about Wuthering Waves. I mean, there's a cosplayer there too, which is kind of cool. I think maybe they attended some kind of event. But again, this is a gacha gaming company, so, you know, people are going to be interested in other gacha games, and I'm sure there's a lot of these employees thinking about moving over to a different job, because, you know, these are all employees at the end of the day. They don't swear any loyalty to Hoyoverse. I mean, you know, this guy could be looking for a new job. You never know, because there's a lot of people that want to, you know, move up in the world, and Genshin is kind of falling off at the moment. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of employees are looking at Wuthering Waves and Kuro games, and many of the other gaming companies out there, especially like the new Asia Premilia game and a lot of the other new gacha games coming out. They're looking at these and going, maybe I want to work for a different company, because, you know, A, they're doing a lot better, and B, it's just a little bit of change of scenery. You know, some people just enjoy that. So maybe they are attending this event thinking that maybe, you know, they're interested in signing up for a job with them rather than Hoyoverse. You never know. Or they could just be doing it because they enjoy the game, which is, you know, super nice. And I'm glad that Hoyoverse hasn't, you know, done anything to them yet. I hope that they are free to talk about this game, because, yeah, it seems like they're getting on pretty well. And, you know, scrolling down here, there's a comment saying, why can't Genshin and WuWa fans be like this, with a sad face? And if you don't know, there is a lot of Genshin and Wuthering Waves fans, you know, going at each other. Like, Genshin fans hate Wuthering Waves fans hate Genshin. And, you know, there are some people that enjoy both, and, you know, I enjoy both. I don't mind both of them. But then this person also commented underneath this comment saying, if you unsub from r/gacha gaming and only join this sub, both fans are pretty chill. And that is true. There's a lot of new communities popping up with Wuthering Waves, including r/gacha gaming, which is a little bit of a cesspit, I'll be real. There's a lot of people in there that love Hoyoverse or love Wuthering Waves, and it's run by a ton of Hoyoverse shields. I mean, I don't know if you've seen this with, you know, Tectone and everything like that. He definitely called them out a ton for their, you know, very biased behavior towards Hoyoverse games, because they had taken down any post that was, you know, super positive about Wuthering Waves or, you know, negative about Hoyoverse, which was kind of messed up. Especially seeing as it's like, you know, supposed to be a super unbiased, you know, r/gacha gaming that covers every single game, and you're being biased towards Hoyoverse is a little bit weird. But yeah, it's just kind of nice to see that maybe Hoyo don't actually care that much about their employees playing these games. Maybe the employees are breaking rules by doing this. We don't know, because, you know, there's a big disconnect between the CN community and the EN community in terms of, you know, everything that goes on and live streams and stuff. And this is the case in Wuthering Waves too. We hear about a lot of the updates in CN about an hour or two earlier than we do in EN. And thank God we've got a lot of these news channels out there telling us, you know, hey, this is happening and this was posted on the Bilibili page, rather than waiting like 2 hours and finding out like, you know, 2 hours after the CN community found out. So at least we're finding out at the same time. But there's a lot of stuff like this where the gap just doesn't get really bridged, and, you know, we never really find out what the true intentions of this were. Because you never know, this might not even be a Hoyoverse employee. This just could be someone visiting and throwing it up because they thought it'd be funny. But from this post, they're saying that this is Hoyoverse employees, and, you know, so far I believe it. I mean, you know, I think this person's pretty credible. I'm pretty sure they're a known Hoyoverse employee. I should probably move out of the way because they're behind me. Yeah, they're down there with their little like VTuber model thing. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're credible. And yeah, it's just nice to see that they can speak freely about Wuthering Waves. And maybe this will change in the future as Wuthering Waves proceeds to get bigger, because if you haven't seen Google Trends at the moment, I will throw up another screenshot. It has gotten bigger than Genshin. Now, you know, there's been people that have pointed out that, you know, this is just about talk, so it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. There could be a lot of people searching about crashes and lag and stuff like that. But it does mean that there is a lot of attention going to Wuthering Waves, and a lot more than Genshin Impact was, whether it's positive or negative, which is really, really good to see. And also, I'm pretty sure the curve dipped a little bit after release, which is normal. That is totally normal. But it's also going back up again. So hopefully soon we can see it kind of go stable and see where the game's really at in comparison to Genshin and Honkai and other gacha games like Nikkei, maybe Azulane, some of the top ones that are out there at the moment. And yeah, hopefully we can see what happens with that. And as for the Hoyoverse creators, I'm really not sure what's going on there. There is a lot of silence going on, especially with some of the other creators. I think Zarx has actually been the most, like, you know, fluid and the most transparent with what he's doing. I mean, he's been tweeting quite a bit about Wuthering Waves, which seems like he's enjoying the game and, you know, it's free to talk about it. But as I said, with the other people, I can't really find any of the tweets to do with, you know, I'll be playing Wuthering Waves. So it's a little bit weird how they've taken it down now. And, you know, it went up at the same time. So maybe this was all coordinated by Hoyoverse to tell it to go up. So I don't know how Hoyoverse stands on their creators, you know, talking about this game. I mean, it seems pretty obvious how they stand on their employees talking about this game. game, they don't really care, to be honest. But with creators who have much more of a following and much more, you know, people that actually listen to them and come over to the games, I think they're much more controlling about what they do. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see for someone to crack and tell everyone, which will be the best day ever. I'm telling you, whenever someone leaks all this stuff and says, hey, this is going on, I'll be the happiest person on earth, because it'll be super fun to cover, and it'll be especially fun if this was some big creator calling out Hoyoverse. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see, and hopefully this happens very, very soon. But yeah, we're almost a week into Wuthering Waves now, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I mean, I'm really enjoying it at the moment. I grinded the hell out of it yesterday, and I'm almost at the end of the story. I've heard it's really good, so I'll be there very, very soon, and I'll be releasing a ton of like guides and stuff too, and just more videos like this covering Wuthering Waves new. So if you did enjoy this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also follow my Twitch, where we'll be streaming a lot of Wuthering Waves stuff, and yeah, maybe even join my Discord, where we can help you with a ton of stuff too. So yeah, that's about all I got, and I'll see you in the next one. That's all. See ya. Hands up, embrace who you wanna be. We're reaching heights unseen.